is this: it is God's law.
Minister and Honorable Minister for IT and Industries. We welcome them at Digital India Knowledge Exchange Summit 2016. I request Honorable CM and Honorable Minister and dignitaries to please take their seats at the stage. It's the second annual summit being organized in Kovalam. Almost from every state of India, secretaries representing in this summit, and major corporate companies and their leaders are participating in this summit and discussing about the phenomenal growth that Kerala has seen in terms of IT and industries, and the phenomenal success of Digital Kerala will be showcased to the people in India, to the industry, and best ideas and best practices from other states and best solutions from other companies will also be discussed in this summit. As Dr. Ravi Gupta is welcoming Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Minister of IT Industries, a round of applause for our Chief Guest and Guest of Honor for the day. So, without making any delay, I request the immense support and immense guidance and leadership, the person who has shown for creating this conference, our Honorable Minister of IT and Industries, Shri P.K. Punyali-Kutty. I request sir to please address us. A round of applause for Honorable Minister.
Media team and delegates. On behalf of the state government, I welcome you to the beach city of Kovalam. For the next 2 days, we will deliberate on our schemes of implementing digital governance for making the lives of the people easier and making them stakeholders in governance. Over the years, Kerala has played a phenomenal role in achieving the much ambitious dream of becoming India's first digital state. I am glad that all the statistics show that we have already achieved that, and our beloved President is going to declare that on 27th at Calicut. Through its concerted efforts, the government has not just driven the state towards good governance, but also worked tirelessly towards making Kerala an investor-friendly state. It also tops the charts in many social indices and the and has got one of the most qualitative human resource pools in the country. Today, infrastructure facilities like road, rail, air transport and power in the state are also one among the best in the country. And combined with its cosmopolitan lifestyle, Kerala has emerged as a preferred destination for investment. The state's industrial and IT policies have been carefully designed to create a conducive atmosphere for the business units. Attractive offerings like single window clearance approvals, low power tariffs, and continuous power availability, tailor-made office spaces, dedicated government IT parks, private IT parks within government, land and SEZs make Kerala one of the most viable and investor-friendly destinations in the country. At present, the government is offering over 1,000 acres of land with more than 11 million square feet of built-up space for investors to set up business. Technopark Trivandrum is one of the largest and greenest IT parks in India, totaling over 760 acres of land with world-class infrastructure facilities in its 3 campuses. In addition to the existing built-up space in the campus of Technopark, a 9 lakh square feet IT building is being added at a cost of rupees 268 crore to the Phase 1 campus. It will also have a 3 lakh square feet building in the Technocity campus. Taurus Investment Holdings LLC, USA will soon commence development of 25 lakh square feet of IT building and support facilities in an area 9.73 acres of land in Technopark. Apart from these, the Phase 2 of Info Park, Kochi, is being developed as walk-to-work township with the international school, shopping mall, hospitals, recreational facility with the IT buildings. The first IT building in Cyber Park Kozhikode will be commissioned by the end of this financial year. The first phase of the 6.5 lakh square feet IT building of the Smart City Kochi will be inaugurated tomorrow. Foundation stone for the second phase development of over 40 lakh square feet will also be laid tomorrow. These 2 developments will create about 50,000 direct jobs over the next 3 years. I am sure that the establishment of Smart City will become a landmark in the history of IT development of the state. Besides, the government has proposed to extend IT development to the rural area by establishing rural IT, ITS and electronic parks. These rural IT parks will be a great support to the local entrepreneurs and empower the rural youth. The Kerala State IT Infrastructure Limited will develop 3 rural IT, ITS and electronic parks in different places like Patambi, Thalassery, Malappuram, etc. After achieving 10% literacy, Kerala has also emerged as one of the leaders in terms of e-literacy, mobile penetration and tele-density. The benefits of this digital penetration can be effectively extended to the people only if they are digitally literate and empowered. That is why the Kerala State IT Mission has successfully run a pilot project in Trivandrum to digitally empower ordinary citizens through student police cadets. Digital empowerment of citizens is one of the key focus areas of the government. The IT department is also tapping the vast mobile user base to ensure that mobile governance becomes the next big leap towards citizen-centric services. I wish that our deliberations and mutual sharing of experiences will definitely enrich our ideas to serve the people better. I wish the conference every success and thanking you all. I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, Government of Kerala, for your kind words. Now, as you said, a lot of work being done in Kerala in terms of industry development, IT development. We have some reports created, drafted, and I request quickly Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Minister and Kiding Reels on stage to launch these reports. We will start with launch of Akshaya Digital Journey. Akshaya is the common service center for citizens, which is globally appreciated across the world. It has received appreciation, and there is a report of the journey of Akshaya, which will be launched by Honorable CM and Honorable Minister today at the summit. And a round of applause for this great effort. People from across the country are here. We will submit, we'll give the reports to all of you. We'll post it to across the nation to stakeholders. And today, this is getting launched here. I also request Honorable Chief Guest and Guest of Honor to launch a report on Digital Kerala, a journey of Digital Kerala, which took place under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Minister of IT Industries. I request for a round of applause for launching of the journey of Digital Kerala. And lastly, a special issue of eGov magazine was being reported and published, and I request Honorable Chief Minister to kindly launch this issue. Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Minister, this special issue covers IT and industry initiatives in Kerala which took place, and our reporters were here from last 2 months interviewing and covering stories of Kerala's achievements and initiatives. These all are being drafted here and published. Thank you very much to the dignitaries for launching these 3 documents. And now, without wasting any time, I'll invite a visionary leader, who our Honorable Chief Minister Shri Oman Chandi ji. A round of applause for him.
Honorable Minister for Industries and IT, C.P.K. Punyalikuti, Sri P.H. Kurian, Principal Secretary, Industries and IT, distinguished delegates of this summit and friends. It is my pleasure to have you all in Kovalam for Digital India Knowledge Exchange Summit 2016. The digital technology is growing at a rapid pace. It is changing life and business, qualitatively and quantitatively. In Kerala, all the 14 districts are part of the 50 e-districts in India. So far, we have issued 1.75 crore digital certificates and provided 1 GB broadband connectivity to all the Grama Panchayats, thus making Kerala the first digital state of India. In the recent years, we have undertaken several innovative initiatives like e-district, e-procurement, e-tender, e-office, digital literacy, computer emergency response team, citizens call centers, service and payroll administrative repository for Kerala, and the email management system through nearly 400 odd portals and over 2,600 Akshaya centers to make the government process simpler and the life of the citizens easier. To give a further push to the digital initiatives in the state, the government has also made an outlay of over rupees 482 crores for the IT sector, which we intend to spend towards establishing a high technology business incubation center at Karamasheri and a knowledge city near the Technopark in Trivandrum. This can be taken as our commitment towards transforming Kerala itself into a digitally empowered society, a digital state in every possible sense of the term. The Digital India Knowledge Estate Summit 2016 is taking place at a time when Kerala is setting examples for the rest of the country in digital empowerment. I am sure that the summit would meet its objectives and that its outcomes would take the digital aspirations of the country to new heights. I once again welcome you all to God's own country and wish that the deliberations here take us to the path of better governance and overall prosperity of Kerala in particular and the nation in general. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister. I request the guidance force for this summit, who inspired us and supported at every point to create this national conference. Respected Principal Secretary of Department of Information Technology and Industries, Government of Kerala, Shri P.H. Kurian. A round of applause for the Presiding Officer. I request you to give a vote of thanks for our Chief Minister and other guests.
Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Minister for Industries and IT, my colleague Mr. Sarigula, Sri Devi Gupta, other dignitaries, guests from different states and companies, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. For me, I got this job of doing something in e-governance from 2005 onwards, and in so this 11 years I have been associated with e-governance, both in the state as well as in state. My satisfaction of doing something in e-governance came from a wish I had when I worked in Odisha, an incident that happened in Odisha. I always remember whenever the function, I think that is the way I thought, where a citizen can get his work done without meeting a government official. This is the most democratic thing happened in India after independence. Democracy means citizens is the ruler. Now he is able to get a thing done without going and meeting any intermediary. That is the spirit with which I saw it. The first incident I will tell you, when I was sub-collector in the Kalahandi district of Odisha, I used to walk in the tribal area maybe 2-3 days of Padayatra. In one place, one tribal fellow said he wanted to actually know the meaning of an English sentence used by a BDO. You know what he said? He said, this fellow, whenever I meet him, after some question, he is going on asking, giving him something, the BDO told him, the word he used is, Gettaguttu Mosa. Something like that is, Gettaguttu Mosa. I couldn't make it out, what is this at all? So with a lot of deliberation with 2-3 other colleagues there, I found the word used by the BDO, get out you nonsense. Get out you nonsense is the word used by a person who is a BDO who is paid by the tribe. I mean, it is his money who is ultimately a citizen when he goes at it. So he says, get out you mosa. I haven't found that it is get out you nonsense. From that time onwards I was thinking, can we actually, what type of democracy is this? Is a citizen rules and the person in between who is representing the ruler, which is a sovereign, who goes on get out the person who asks for a service. So today, after 30 years, I've seen situations where we could give 1.85, that you said 1.75, 1.85 crore of certificate in a year digitally delivered to him. Now we could take it from anywhere without meeting. Now in Malayalam, I don't know, in Hindi or other language, Malayalam we say a word मुहम नोकाद നടപടി എടുക്കുക मीन्स चेहरे न देख के काम करना है. अभी डिजिटल में क्या करता है, आदमी को न देख के काम कर सकता है. Now 1.85 crore certificate from the lowest revenue official called village officer or Tahsildar is the greatest thing that happened. Even if people move by his own vehicle or car or by walk or something 4-5 kilometers to that place, wait there for a long time. Look at the saving we had. Leave the, sort of regularly, we said that there are practically a lot of corruption involved in issue of this certificate. 1.85 crores, if you take up 200 or 300 rupees per this thing, how many crores of public money would have been saved on that? That is the type of thing. For me, it is not only transparency or anything that matters. For me, e-governance and whatever we call Digital India, apart from the manufacturing part of it, is all an effort to democratizing this country, giving citizens his power. That is the passion with which I have approached this from 2000. And we are seeing that results throughout India now. Kerala's focus, what the Chief Minister and Ministry says, to empower citizens. Now giving a mobile connection is not sufficient. Now we did a lot of exercise and say Kerala today has, 16th February TRAI report says, 99% is the mobile tele density. Then we have 40% internet coverage by population, which means 60% of the people have internet access. But the use is less. They use it only for social media, which itself is very good. They don't use it for economic transactions. All this billing system, individual still goes to an intermediary called a service center, or they have to go to the office of the electricity board to make a payment. Now these things needs to be changed. That's why for last 3-4 months we thought to digitally empower. It is not digital literacy that time. We are going at teaching ordinary citizen a few hours by using student police cadets who are well trained in this, which will also cover the internet security aspect for them. So all of them are not entering the internet for payment because they're afraid that they will be defrauded, they will be tasted. So there are a lot of instances of that sort. So there is a lot of teaching required for them to empower them, to enable them to really do this. So that is why we have just launched, and the President is going to launch this statewide on the 27th. So this is the approach which we are doing it. I'm sure, and I have attended similar conferences elsewhere in different states. A lot of experience from other states will get shared here, and we will all learn together. This is the purpose. I'm closing it because the Honorable Minister and Chief Minister has to go. Minister has to catch a train in around 30 minutes from now. He has to go to the railway station. I just want to thank both of them, all of you. Both of them have so much of busy schedule. Both of them have to go. In fact, I also have to go by the evening for Smart City inauguration tomorrow. In their busy schedule, they have come and blessed us and gave their sort of view on this. There are people who have been working for this for many years now. The Honorable IT Minister has been IT Minister from 2001 onwards. 2 times now he has been IT Minister. Chief Minister was in charge of IT, where I was IT Secretary in 2005. They are all champions of e-governance and digital Kerala. The issues that Kerala faces, we need to share the way we do. We will have in the other sections. Let me thank both of them. Let me also thank ELEX and all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I request